Go.
Yeah, go.
Welcome to our Basha, Cuthbert Cooks or Cuthbert Bakes today. I'm doing a favour for an old friend, Padma of the Guild. Padma's given me a couple of mixes to use from Italian company called Ruggeri, so I thought, okay, let's give it a go. One is a little complete mix for like little muffins, or you can use it for pancakes, or you can use it for pound cake. And the other one's a bread mixture. So we're going to do the complete mix first, which is called the Amor Dolce with berries. So if I had some berries, I could add some bits and pieces in. I guess you could put, if you wanted to put some sultanas or raisins, put a bit of mixed peel in, you could. But it's all very simple. Yeah, it's one packet of this Ruggeri mix, 130 millilitres of water into a bowl, and then give it a good old whisk, get some air into it, and then pop it in the muffin dishes, and off we go. As you can see, the mix is complete. There's little berries in there as well, so we just pat that down, just aerate it a little bit because we don't want any lumps to be forming when we add our thing. And then basically it's a bit like a pancake mixture. So we pour in 130 millilitres of water. We give it a good old mix, bringing it together nicely, making sure there's no lumps. So that was exactly 130 millilitres of just lukewarm water, tepid water out of the thing. The batter gets nice, mix it around, give it a good old whisk so we can get nicely the no lumps, incorporate all the edges, all the sides. And you can actually smell the flavour coming through as well. It's quite nice, it's good. And that's it. I mean, look how easy that is, yeah? Follow the instructions, read the packet. That's the main thing that we have to do when we're using something that's pre-made. Also, you'll be able to see some of Padma's bread mixes and everything down at the upcoming Salon Culinaire and Expo Culinaire that's happening from the 4th of April to the 7th of April. The first session is actually in the Radisson Blu Hotel with Chef Uwe, and we're going to have there's a lovely class called Bread, Loaves and Showpieces that is supported by Padma and Ruggeri. In with our little cupcakes. Yeah, so we make little muffins or whatever you want to call it. Just get myself another spoon here. The oven preheating it to 170. Going to cook them off maybe 30 minutes. We'll have a look after 20. Let's see how it goes. Pull them out. Let them cool down on a rack. And then yummy. Yeah, so the Emirates Salon Culinaire 24th edition, running 2021. So 4th of April through to the 7th of April, 2 locations. Well, actually 3 locations, believe it or not. We've got the first location is going to be at the Radisson Blu Hotel on the 4th and 5th. Second location is over at Jumeirah Creekside Hotel on the 6th and 7th, out in the garden of the Creekside Hotel. And then we're going to have the ballroom at the Radisson Blu Hotel on the 4th and 5th. And then we also have the virtual part of it as well. So our Expo Culinaire, which is brought to us by Purple Kitchen Events, and our strategic partner this year teaming up is ICCA School, because Sanji and the team of ICCA are actually going to be live streaming the entire event for 4 days out of the studio that Sanji set up in ICCA School. Here we go, our little muffins are ready. Look at that. Wasn't that easy while I was chatting? Just put all those in there. That might have a bit too much in it, but that'll be a nice big one that'll come flowing out. Don't need them. So let's pop those in the oven, Co. In they go. Oven's just coming up nicely, the heat. Drop them down a bit. We've got them in there. And we'll be back in 20 minutes to have a look at them coming out of the oven, and then we'll have a look at doing this. It's another Ruggeri product. It's a simple bread mix, but there's a little bit of resting, knocking back, dividing that needs to be done. So we'll have a look at that one later on as well. Good one. See you in 20. Again, this product from Padma, from Ruggeri, you can see it's it's called Salus. Yeah, so it's a complete premix, and then it's very similar. It's one packet, 345 millilitres of water. Give him a mix, let him rest, then knead him. Give it a good old knead for about good 10 minutes. Then let it rest again. Divide the dough out, and then we will and then we let it prove 60 to 80 minutes in a warm place. We'll divide our dough into about 3 or 4 parts. We'll see how much dough we can get. You can actually add in different flavors. So we might do one with a little bit of oregano and thyme inside, and then we might throw some black olives in another one. So you can just add your ingredients that you want to flavor your dough up with after you've done the initial kneading. So basically we just open our packet. The complete mix is there. Pop them in the old KitchenAid. So that's the packet there. We're going to use a dough hook. So just going to aerate the flour a little bit. Yeah, so we just got attached our bowl there. Pop our dough hook on. There we go. Lower that down. Where's our lock? There we are. Get my little cover. Now we're only going to mix this lightly, just at number 1. Just at number 1, and then we pour in the lukewarm water. Maybe we turn him up to number 2. Pour in the water, and that'll just start to come together, as we can see. We're not whipping cream, we're making dough. So we just want everything to come together off the sides, and we're going to turn him off just as soon as we get the last of those bits from the bottom. That's picked everything up nicely. So I'm going to turn that off now. Just going to remove our lid, and we're going to bring this up. And I'm just going to finish this with my hands a bit, just to get the rest of the mixture incorporated into the main dough, because there's quite a bit of bits and pieces hanging around. And basically what we do, we're just going to knead this. We're just going to knead it for a little bit, just to work in the last of the flour from the edges of the bowl, and we're going to let it rest just for 5 minutes. Just going to give it time for the activation to handle inside, all the little bits and pieces that are in that pre-mix, and we're just going to leave that sit there for 5 minutes, and then we're going to give it a good old knead. Then we're going to let it rest another 20, and then we're going to divide him out. Well, the kitchen smells nice with the Ruggeri muffins. Let's have a look at the oven go. Oh, yummy. Oh, yummy. Nicely brown. So we'll get our trusty tester out. We'll test the biggest one. See what happens. Oh, nice and clean. Perfect. When in doubt, use a stick. Stick in, stick out. Lovely and clean. Look at that. Perfect. Evenly cooked. Oven's working well. Look at that. Perfect. Light. So we just pop them out on a tray. Yeah, they're nice. They feel good. You can see the little bits of fruit have started to cook up as well. Yeah, nice. Nice and simple. Thanks, Padma. That was quite easy to do. We're going to enjoy those with a little bit of butter on them, or a little bit of jam, and we'll be back in a minute to do some bread. Good one. Thanks, Padma. So the first rest is done, 5 minutes. Also cut up a few little olives there. Then I'm going to divide this into 4, and then I'm going to do a. As we can see, it's nice. It's taken the moisture that has taken in the rest of the mixture that we did. We're going to pop them back in our pop them back on the KitchenAid. Lock him in, and then we're just going to do this. Number 1, we're going to just knead for. We don't want to over knead it, so we might just bring that up to number 2. There we go. We're going to do this for a few minutes. We don't want to over knead it. In the meantime, I did a few olives. couple of black and green olives, so we're going to do one with olives inside. We're going to divide the dough into 4. We'll put some with thyme, then we'll add some garlic flakes to another one. That might give it a nice flavour. So we'll do a little garlic bread, a little thyme bread, a little mixed olive bread, and we'll leave one plain as well. Once we get it out of the bowl and on the bench, we're just going to finish it off by hand. Then we're going to let it rest for 20 minutes. Then we divide it into 2, 3 or 4 little balls, and then we're going to put those on a sheet, and we're going to leave them outside in the kitchen for about 60 to 80 minutes. And we're going to let them rise nicely, and we're going to cover them up with a little bit of cling film. But yeah, so the dough has come together nicely now. Just give him a little bit of higher one just to mix it up the last bit. I'm going to turn this out now onto the bench. Get a little bit of going to add a little bit of white flour, but not a lot of white flour. Don't want to unnecessarily add flour into this mixture. You know, a premix is a premix, and it's a premix for a reason. It's everything you need is in the bag. Yeah. I'll just get a little spatula out. So the dough is quite wet. You can smell the yeast coming in now. Just going to get this out on the table. Give him one last couple of kneads by hand. It is a bit sticky, but it'll keep absorbing the flour. Just roll that in the flour a little bit, just so it keeps off our hands, and then just give it a simple knead, just to help it along. It is a bit sticky on the bench, so a little bit more flour, but that's really a nice dough. It is a little bit, it is sticky, yeah. Just add a little touch more flour so we stop catching on our hands. And we just want to make sure that we just finish that off. And I think that'll do it. Yeah. Just shape him into one bowl. We're going to let this sit now for 20 minutes. Just going to sit here on the bench 20 minutes. I'll cover him up, and then we're going to come back, cut him in 4, shape them, add the flavourings that we want to into each one, and then divide them out, shape them onto a baking tray, and rest 60 to 80 minutes. So we've had this resting for 20 minutes. We've got the back door open so we can listen to the birds. So again, a very light dusting of flour on the bench, and then we're not going to knock it back. All we're going to do is take 4 even, cut this into 4, pull that off. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit of flour. One will be round, and then we're going to just let these sit. What I'm going to do, I like to use a bit of olive oil on this one, so I'm just going to do olive oil on here. Yeah, that's my first one. Done. That's him. A little bit more olive oil on this one. Then I wanted to add a little bit of flavour into some of these, so I'll put this in here. I pop in the olives. Yeah, very simple. Keep these out of the way, and just mix those olives into the dough. Don't squeeze them too much because we don't want to upset the dough consistency. Again, a little bit of flour just to take it up again. Done. Next one, we just pop a little bit of thyme in with this one, and the last few pieces of olives can go into that one as well. So it's a little thyme bread. And the last one, we're just going to put in some dry garlic flakes. I like these dry garlic flakes, they're yummy. Just mix that around. give that a quick knead. Make sure they're all through nicely. So we've got two beautiful little loaves. Get that nicely done. There we go. And we're going to leave these here in this beautiful sunshine in Dubai, and we're going to let them prove for about 60 to 80 minutes. So we should come back and they're going to puff up nicely, they're going to be proving. Got our oven set at 210. We're going to brush them a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil on top in the oven and bake them all off. Yeah, different sizes, so we're going to have to watch them. Yeah, because this one a bit different. These should be okay, but we just got to make sure that we cook them evenly and give them the right length of time in the oven. We'll be back in an hour and a half. So our little loaves have now sat for over an hour and a half, raised up a little bit. I'm just going to brush them lightly with olive oil, just to add that last little touch. A little bit of olive oil on top, each one. There we are, that'll help it, that'll give it a nice little flavour. And then we'll see what it looks like at the end. So they've raised up. Could have been a little bit more, I think, but anyway, we're going to see what the outcome is. That's all there is to that. That's easy. Got the oven on nice and hot, 210. Pop them in, preheated oven, all the way in the back there. In they go. 30 minutes. Let's see how it goes. See you then. So here we are. Our little breads are ready. Our little olives. Here's our little garlic one. There we go, Padma. Bon appetit. Bread by Ruggeri. Thanks to Padma and the team. See you at the Expo Culinaire and the Salon Culinaire, 4th to the 7th of April. Radisson Blu Hotel and Jumeirah Creekside Hotel, and online, live streaming through ICCA School. Thanks guys, see you soon.